Welcome back to Main and Center. This is Chris Kalin and Company. It is time for this segment being brought to you this morning by the Crossroads House here in Batavia. And when you say Crossroads House, you think of Diane Saya. And welcome, Diane. It is good to see you again. I hope that things are going well.
They are going very well. Thanks, Chris.
The upcoming, next couple of months, I would imagine you're preparing with rose-colored glasses as vaccinations have started going out. I know that promotions are big with Crossroads House for fundraising, and I've seen the chocolate around. Any special events that we are planning on, and hopefully with things getting better that we can mention?
Well, we're trying to think outside the box on a few things and just wanted to let your listeners know if they're waiting to hear about our Betty Ellison bowling event, we do have something in the works. It will be in March this year instead of February, and very soon we will be putting out some information on that. So it's the 25th year for this fundraiser, so keep in touch with us through our Facebook page, on our website, and of course, check out the local papers on that.
All right, that's the big bowling event.
Yeah.
There is a special that you've got going on with two fine folks that I first learned about driving through Bergen.
Yeah, that would be the Ralph and Rosie Pizza fundraiser. We started that a while back. Just want people to know if they're looking for a great Valentine gift, tickets are available for this. And the way it works is you can go to one of the Ralph and Rosie locations. There's one in Bergen, and then there's one right down the road on West Main in the Marathon Station here in Batavia. Or you can call us at Crossroads House, 343-3892. The tickets cost $12, and it's good for a medium pizza. Half of the money from the tickets comes to Crossroads House. So they're good till the end of March. If you're at a loss for what to get your Valentine, how about tucking a coupon inside a nice card?
Nice. I like the idea, and it's all going to benefit, portions of it going to benefit the Crossroads House.
Absolutely.
Great way. You have a lady that I've come to know and love and enjoy when she comes to visit. Please let everybody know who is here. She is a woman of no small stature, and what I mean by that is her stature within the Crossroads House.
Absolutely, Chris. Well, it's my honor to bring our founder, Kathy Panepento, here today, and she is an inspiration to all of us at the house. What I hope is that your listeners will be inspired by her, as we are, because sometimes life throws you a curveball, and I think we can all attest to that as far as what's going on in the world right now. Yet, despite the odds for her on a personal level, she founded a comfort care home. Who does that? And how do they do that? And how do you follow your dream at a time when it seems like some things are against you?
So that's what we're going to leave to me to try and pry out of her. Oftentimes people don't like talking about themselves so much. Kathy has displayed a level of humility as her main focus has been the Crossroads House. Today we're going to do a little bit about that, but we're also going to delve more into Kathy Panepento and the woman behind the Crossroads House. It's a standing landmark here, right in the area. People know of it. People know what it does. Members of WBTA have been there as residents. Family members have been there. And I have gone through a tour or two there. I'm not allowed back anymore, but I do enjoy going there because there was too many cookies, and I guess there's an allotment and I'm allowed. And I took too many. No, they've been terrific whenever I go over there. And welcome. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. Good to be here.
First off, there are a few things that you have gone through in your life that you have not shared with folks, and I have found out. One thing that you asked right from the get-go was, hey, I understand you have some news to share. Now, who did you hear from? Was it Jeff?
I don't know.
Somebody, a little bird whispered to you.
A little bird, yeah.
That we have, she thought that we had a baby, and we didn't have a baby yet, but we have twins on the way.
How exciting.
It is. It is. Now, Kathy, with that being said, She has been very beneficial and educational when it comes to families and caring for your families. What was the inspiration for a woman who has suffered 18 operations? How many did you have on your knees?
I've had a total of 30 operations.
30 operations. No kneecaps.
No.
You would never know it, because I said that must be hard for walking up and down steps and doing this and that. For a woman who is accomplished as a musher, you were a sled dog racer.
Yes.
Which is not usual practice around the area.
That probably didn't help the knees either.
Right. What is the inspiration? What was it that gave you the impetus to say, you know what, I wanna get started with a comfort care home?
Wow. It goes back to my hospice experience.
Yeah.
I started working at Buffalo Hospice in the mid-'80s during the AIDS epidemic.
Oh, my.
And so I worked at the inpatient unit and took care of a lot of people that were dying, but also people that didn't have any families or had limited family resources. The inpatient unit with Buffalo Hospice is you go in for an acute problem, receive good symptom control management, and the goal is to send them back home into their own home. But there's many that live alone, don't have family or a frail spouse to care for them. And so then we would have to make the arrangements to send someone to a nursing home.
Right.
And I had too many people die in the ambulance on the way to a nursing home, or when they knew that they were going to a nursing home, they lost their will to live.
A sense of purpose.
Yes.
That was it. They didn't want to do with this anymore.
So it's like you really need to find a solution. I mean, people, even under hospice or any of the certified agencies we have out there, they're limited.
They can't do 24 hours a day. They can't do it.
Yes. And the main responsibility is on the family. And we've had residents at Crossroads House that had no family, but their neighbors pitched in.
Oh, wow.
So they were the primary caregivers in the family. So we worked with them. So we had to find a solution for those people falling through the cracks.
So you took it upon yourself, bad knees and all, your own life going on, your husband, your family. You've got other stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
But yet you said, you know what? There had to be a higher calling. So something in there within you was just like that, it had to inspire you to bring this. Who helped you?
My faith. My faith gets me through. And I believe God gave me the expertise, the talents, the unique gifts. And I just needed to run with it because there was a need in the community.
And that need in the community is people that are suffering from either catastrophic illness or they know they're dying. They usually, you often we see in the movies, I just want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have a home to go home to? What if you are all alone at that home and you wanted to provide that with them?
So we're the next best thing in a home-like environment surrounded by love and compassion. 2
years to get this project off the ground.
And what's ironic is that when I had this dream, and my husband Frank could say, I remember you telling me about your dream.
Yeah.
And that was the year that I was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a genetic connective tissue disorder.
And that's what led to the kneecap issue?
Oh, I've had the kneecaps removed before that.
Wow.
Yeah, but we're wondering why my surgeries weren't working and that.
That explained it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Multiple dislocations about 20 to 30 times a day.
Oh, painful. It sounds painful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dealing with chronic pain.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Yes.
Wow. EDS.
But I needed to still go forward because I did not want the EDS to define who I was.
Right. Now, working at the Crossroads House, as you did, and getting it off the ground and having faith to get things going, there has to be a few people other than Frank that helped get you going. There has to be a board of directors and volunteers and this. I know one in particular who I absolutely adore, and he teases me, and I joke with him, and he gets the brain buster. And I'm talking about Jim Chamberlain.
Ah, yes.
Jim is a riot and he oftentimes tells me I don't get to go over there enough during the pandemic, and he goes, and I miss it. And I'm sure you're hearing that a lot. But where did you garner support from the community? I mean, there had to be some point where you were like, okay, I've done all I can now. Now what?
Well, I helped start the hospice here in Genesee County and get it to certified status and operational. I recruited my nurses and friends from Genesee County Hospice, as well as my friends and peers and colleagues from Buffalo Hospice. So I had a great support team.
All right. So you had
and my family.
A group to draw from then.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So the Crossroad House gave you the opportunity to focus more of your energies towards that and overcoming the issues that you had with the EDS. There had to be some pitfalls, some disappointment. Can you give us a little detail on what portions came along and you're like, gosh, I wish I could have, or I haven't done this, or I had to overcome this, and what a pain.
Not really. I confront an obstacle, and it's like, well, if there's a will, there's a way. That's my motto. I think that's what I'm going to have on my gravestone.
Gotcha.
You know, and I overcome, and even when I had my kneecaps removed and my hips, 8 hip operations, I still was able to drive like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Sublux the hip, drive with the left foot. I shouldn't say that on air, but it's easy to modify and to go maybe to plan B or plan C, but I'm not a quitter.
There is a point where you want to talk about the elephant out of the room, and that is death and dying. But you've had to train and get a training program together for the staff and volunteers at the Comfort House. And this is a lot of volunteers that have to come together to run this 24/7. What kind of facilitation of planning? Did you put this together yourself, or did you borrow from a little bit of here and there to get a plan together?
I borrowed a little bit from the hospice volunteer training that I used to teach many years ago. But then I just wanted to have it more home-like. And so we just had the classes, and we had more volunteer classes. And then they were my support then, too, and helping me with the fundraisers. So I couldn't have done it without the board as well as the volunteers that were interested in doing resident care.
The Conversation Starter Guide. This is a new project, an updated project from the Institute for Healthcare Improvement that you've had a major hand in. Tell us a little bit about it, because it's something that we've talked about before, Diane and I, on many occasions, just over the dinner table around Thanksgiving. These things need to be discussed.
Yes. And, you know, we prepare for birth, and we need to prepare for death. And we need to do this when we are healthy and not wait until we have the crisis or a diagnosis of a terminal disease. And we have to have these important, intimate conversations with our loved ones to let them know what our wishes are, where we want to die, how we want to die, where we want to die, what will that environment look like, what are my wishes for medical care. And we need to have these important conversations, and it really brings families closer.
It really does, and you can do it in a frank way without it being awkward. It can be done. We've proven it here. Diane and I have had a mock discussion on it, and it's not that difficult.
No.
So what's next for Kathy Panepento in the Crossroads House? She is beaming from ear to ear because Diane let the cat out of the bag a little bit, and that is you're going to be doing a virtual book club that will help discuss exactly what you just talked about. And one of the books that is going to be coming up is called Dandelions Blooming in the Cracks of Sidewalks. And it's stories from the bedside of the dying. Tell us a little bit about this and when you're thinking of launching this.
Well, these are nice short stories of what happens at the bedside, finding the beauty within the death and the intimacy. So it's a venue for us to educate the family that you can have a death with dignity and with comfort. So it's sort of like a guide, and we're just inviting the community to partake in this remote book review. And that should be coming out hopefully within the next 6 weeks.
And pay attention to the Facebook page, Crossroads House page. This is a Nautilus Book Awards winner, too. You're not just grabbing a paperback off of a thing and saying, oh, let's talk about this. You're going for the high-grade stuff.
Yes, yes.
Kathy Panepento, the founder and originator of the Crossroads House here in Batavia. It's always a pleasure. There's never enough time.
Never.
You come back again?
I will.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Diane Saya, thank you very much for bringing her in again.
Thank you, Chris.
This segment of the Main and Center program has been brought to you by the Crossroads House here in Batavia.